Reporting live from Cape Town, South Africa for Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson. As the year is winding down, many take this time to reflect on what 2024 had to offer. Lately, it appears like Katt Williams is taking the same route after speaking on his record-breaking interview with Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay during an interview at Vulture Fest, an interview with GQ magazine. Now, the interviewer for the magazine would ask Katt what made him mention Diddy on the Club Shay Shay podcast. And for the first time ever, Katt would reveal where his dislike for Diddy came from. So when I was a young man, Tupac was my favorite artist. I loved Tupac, and I felt like we were kindred spirits. So if I hear you responsible for kicking my dude off, I don't give a F what job I end up being in. I don't care how things go. If I can get away to get you, that's what I'm all about. I just don't like you walking around scot-free because you a demon, and I know demons are powerful, but I know why they're powerful. It's a cold spiritual warfare going on out here in the real world, and part of my job is not to lose focus on that. Now, of course, there has been a long-standing rumor when it comes to the death of Tupac, and Diddy has received speculation that he was involved in Tupac's murder in some way. Now, Diddy has not been arrested or charged with any crime connecting to Tupac's death and has publicly denied all claims he had anything to do with the murder. Today, we have our comedy hype analysts, Steve Brown and Sharon Larkins, on the show to talk all about it. Steve, I'm coming to you first. This is the first time we're hearing Katt talk about his dislikes and why he mentioned Diddy during this infamous interview. What's your reaction to it?
I think Katt is brilliant. Number one, he's a funny dude. He's very talented. But one thing we don't give Katt credit enough of is creating a buzz. Katt is the king of creating a buzz. So, we don't know what to think. We don't know where to go with it. All we know is Katt is creating a very interesting conversation. And 9 times out of 10, when a comedian or an entertainer, artist, rapper, or singer, when they're about to come out with a new project, they create a buzz. So I'm thinking Katt is possibly about to come out with something else. That's what I get.
Sean, chime in for me. We're hearing why Katt dislikes Diddy and why he mentioned him. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, who would have thought 2024 that Diddy would be more dangerous than Suge Knight at this point? Damn. We never would have thought. He was the dangerous one all this time. I think Diddy directly or indirectly does, this is my opinion, have something to do with Tupac's murder. I mean, I've watched a lot of documentaries. I've watched all the movies about it, and according to him, he hired the guys to be his security because he was scared of Suge, and when they found him, he gave him the green light. Said, "Hey, man, I got the money." And they said some people got paid, some people didn't get paid. I wasn't. But
So Sean, in your opinion, you believe that Diddy had something to do with Tupac's murder? In your opinion?
In my opinion, I think so.
Steve, what are your thoughts on it? Do you think, or in your opinion, do you think that Diddy had anything to do with Tupac's death?
In my opinion, I think that he had something to do with it and possibly more people. But time will tell. You know what I'm saying? It's a very intriguing story. And
I think he had something to do with not on some gangster shit like I want him dead, but on he was scared because he couldn't walk the streets of LA with these dudes walking around.
That's an interesting thing. I don't know. I just hope my name don't come up in the review.
I don't think it will. Now, I did watch an interview with Mopreme Shakur, which is Tupac's brother, that he did with Piers Morgan, where he talks about the family is launching an investigation, but a lot of people are speculating that they're launching it just for Diddy. Mopreme kept, and he did such a great job. Like, I hated watching the interview, but Mopreme did such a great job making sure that he stayed away from making any absolutes. So he kept saying his family does not know. That's what the investigation is for. There's a lot of speculations and people with their opinions, but there's no absolutes as of right now, especially when it pertains to Diddy. Steve, let me ask you this. Here we have Katt saying, the reason that I'm throwing Diddy out there, I'm trying to, end Diddy's career is because he killed Tupac, almost making an absolute statement. Do you think it's irresponsible of him to make these type of decisions based off a conspiracy?
I think it is. I think that the only way you should be making statements like that, only way you should be making statements like that is if it's factual. You know what I'm saying? You can't go off conspiracies. A lot of people get hurt, get messed up behind conspiracy. So we just have to factor in the facts and then move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was irresponsible because a lot of people like Katt, and honestly, people like Katt so much, and he is a likable person when it comes to talent. They like him so much until they believe everything he says. You know what I'm saying? No matter like the Steve Harvey thing, the Smiley thing, everybody he threw under the bus, no matter even if they try to defend themselves, no, Katt said it, so you did it. And there are people out there like that, and that's crazy. Instead of looking into the facts. And I'm gonna be factual with this. A lot of that stuff Katt lied about. Again, he did it to create a buzz. He straight up lied. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but who knows?
Yeah. Now, Katt isn't the only celebrity we've heard this from. 50 Cent, he's infamous for not liking Diddy, but on stage, he did say one time, like, hey, I said that stuff about Puff because he has something to do with the murder of Tupac. Sean, let me come to you. Same question. Do you think it's irresponsible to make these bold, absolute statements or make decisions like Katt is deciding when it comes to when you're connecting it or making it based off a conspiracy?
Well, in this case, I don't think it really matters. Katt's not going to add any time onto Diddy's sentence with his opinion, so he can have an opinion on this, and it won't sway the jury either way. They're not going to be in the 12-man jury room like, well, what did Katt say? No, that's not going to happen. So that it doesn't even matter at this point. Now, what he said about other people can affect their lives and their livelihood. Yeah, but in this case, I don't think it matters.
And in other words, what he is doing is it's trying to crucify the people or that person through public opinion. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, at the end of the day, public opinion doesn't really matter when it comes to Diddy. Like Sean said, to the other guys who are out here trying to, going with their careers, it does matter. So I feel like it is very irresponsible. And honestly, it's kind of like sitting back and using your people who like you as a weapon, like flying monkeys.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to make sure I reiterate again, because we have had conversations with that family. Mo Cream is saying they have no idea who did it. They're waiting to see how this investigation unfolds. They're not saying that it is Diddy. That is straight public conspiracy and thoughts and opinions. So we're going to wait to see how that investigation unfolds. But Sean, I want to ask you a question because it seems like that's the time that we're in. Conspiracy is in. It's like everybody wants that headline to like address the conspiracy that everybody thinks. Everybody likes the way it makes them feel. How do you navigate today's conspiracy? And are there any conspiracies that you see, in today's times?
Unfortunately, that's what the internet has turned our world into. Some conspiracy theory, like 9/11, or even today's situation. You look at the Mike Tyson fight. There's theories that Mike Tyson was pulling punches.
And he was. Sean, you believe that? You know what? I'm sick of you, Sean. They threw that fight. That was a money grab. And you know what? Sean called me crying to my man. He about to hurt Mike Tyson. I can't believe it. It was thrown.
Well, how does he benefit from throwing a fight?
A lot of fighters benefit from throwing a fight. It's a payday.
Okay. This particular fight, he's gonna win regardless. He gonna get his $20 million. Whether you win or lose.
Exactly. And Jake Paul is the promoter. And if you watch the fight, if you look at it in its entirety, Jake Paul was letting him know, okay, you coming too hard, pull back. That's in a lot of Jake Paul fights. Hold up, do me a favor. Everybody who's viewing this, please go look at Jake Paul fight. He's going to give people the signal when to take dive. People already know that he's going after boxers who've already established their careers, whose careers have been over, and they're bringing them back, and they need some money. And he's using that as a game. I bet he won't fight me. I bet he won't fight me.
I know we're going a little off subject, Symphony.
No. Go ahead.
I will give you this, Steve. The boxing game has always been shady. and it's always been intricated with a bunch of shady characters. So we never know what the hell's going on. But let's say this: Jake Paul, when he knocks some people out, you can sit there and say them. You gonna sit there and say Nate Robinson took a dive? He got his ass lit.
Nate Robinson ain't no boxer.
I didn't say he was,
okay,
but let's say, hold on, Steve, hold on. But the last fight that Jake Paul had was against a real boxer, and guess what? He lost.
He took a dive.
Who took a dive? Jake Paul?
I'm talking about the guys that he so-called won against. They took dives, dog. Okay,
but the last one didn't take no dive.
You
beat Jake Paul.
I'm gonna tell you somebody who didn't take a dive and because he didn't need the money. Floyd Mayweather. He knocked Jake Paul out on his feet and held him up. Watched the fight, and they kept going. I'm telling you, he don't need the money. So it's still a big money grab for both of them, for Mayweather and Jake Paul.
Because you know what? Because there are people that are arguing that Jake Paul was holding off on his punches, so he didn't embarrass Mike Tyson.
Now, let me tell you something, Sean. You don't like boxing because that time at the club, that old dude beat your ass, and now you all against violence.
I think what it is that you and Mike y'all in the same age range, and you're taking up because y'all was born in the same year, and you're like, oh, that's my brother. Mike don't know you. He don't owe you. You don't owe him nothing, Steve. Let's just keep it 100.
Mike, Sean, I cut the shit out you. You know, that's old man talk, ain't it? That's old man talk.
Exactly, old man talk.
Did I just tell you I cut you?
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely seems like conspiracies. They're conversation starters. I think they're entertaining people. It's the things that we talk about at home. So it's like you can understand why people like singing because it creates conversation. But at the same time, when you have things like investigations and people's lives at stake, I think that's when it starts to get a little bit too much.
And get muddy.
I just said I cut somebody.
You did.
That's old man talk, ain't it?
It is. Steve, you are
old man.
You are. But it's okay because I appreciate y'all so much for chiming in on this topic.
I'll tell you what. Can I say one more thing? Sean,
one more thing, Steve.
I better not catch your ass at the American Legion.
Old man talk, Steve.
You know what? What hours can I see you at the retirement home? Because I'm going to come by there and we're going to watch the fight ourselves.
Oh, what? I appreciate you both. I love being able to go off topic a little bit because this one was heavy, but I appreciate you both for chiming in on this topic. Before we head out, of course, I know what y'all have going on. Steve, I'm going to go ahead and start with you because I need to know what's on your mind as you wrap up and tell me what do you have coming up and how can people follow you?
It's on my mind. I can't believe I said that. You know, I guess time is kind of winding down because I was like fixing my carburetor. Listen, this weekend, I'll be in Ontario, California at the Ontario Improv. Shows are selling fast. Y'all make sure y'all get them. Y'all can follow me on Instagram, Comic Steve Brown. On my Facebook fan page, Comedian Steve Brown. And I'm going to show my page. I'm bringing back MySpace. If you follow me now, you can be in my top 12.
Steve, what's your MySpace name, Steve? Your MySpace name gonna be Steve Brown as well?
TheseOldGrayballs.com.
Sean, I'm going to you. Steve, I'm leaving you, Sean. What do you have coming up? And of course, how can people follow you? Don't worry. No, I don't want to hear it. Steve, I want to hear it.
So this weekend I'm going on vacation. I'm headed to Columbia and not Columbia, South Carolina, Steve.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. Columbia, South Carolina.
Colombia. You got to say Colombia.
I go to Colombia. I go to Colombia. Next week, I'm with Ricky Smiley in Montgomery the day before Thanksgiving. Big show down there. So, yeah, look out for me, Sean, SEAN_Larkins, SEAN_Larkins. Thank y'all.
Sean, you the fella. Bro, all that money you making, you going on vacation. That's to Columbia, South Carolina.
You know what? I'm closing us out. I appreciate you both for chiming in on this topic. But you heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. What do you guys think about Katt Williams' response to why he mentioned Diddy's name during his Club Shay Shay interview? Reporting live from Cape Town, South Africa for Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.